Everyone also should have a copy of this book. And now, alhamdulillah, these days you don't have to go out and buy it. You can go ahead on the internet and print it. I think it's about 5 pages or so in English, or close to that. To avoid confusion, before I start, the author starts with 4 matters. Before he gets to the 3 matters, he starts with an introduction of 4 matters. Then he goes and talks about the 3 matters, which is the core book. And then there's an ending and a conclusion at the end of the book that we will talk about, insha'Allah ta'ala. The book, like I said, is no more than 5 pages, but it has great, immense benefits. And we will take it by line, possibly even word by word. Today, we're only going to take Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, or even, I don't think we're going to finish Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, so we'll probably take Bismillah. He starts off with Bismillah, Basmalah. Bismillah is called the Basmalah. The author starts with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and we're going to break that down, point by point. We want to understand as students of knowledge, your understanding to do Bismillah is not like any regular person. There's 1.5 billion Muslim or 1.8 billion Muslims outside. If you ask them why they're saying Bismillah to matters, many may not even know that. As a student of knowledge, you're supposed to get the entire perspective as to why you're saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim to everything. Now you should come out with a different understanding as to why you say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. When you say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, you're exerting your entire Tawheed to Allah in that matter that you're saying Bismillah to. It has all aspects of Tawheed in it. You're saying, when you say Bismillah, you say, Bismillah, Allah permits me to do this. Adhin Allahu li. Bismillah. And if Allah did not permit me, I would not do it. So when you're saying Bismillah, you're saying, I'm doing it for the sake of Allah because Allah permitted me to do this. Allah allowed me to do this. Adhin Allahu li. I'm doing it for your sake, Ya Allah, because you permitted me, you allowed me to do this. That's why you don't say Bismillah when you're committing a sin. May Allah guide us and protect us from that. But if someone, la samahallah, is drinking alcohol, they don't say Bismillah. You don't say Bismillah, because if you say Bismillah, you're actually getting 2 sins. You're saying Bismillah that Allah permitted you when Allah never permitted that, and you're getting the sin for drinking the alcohol. So you're getting 2 sins if you do say Bismillah. Even though, believe it or not, it's a trend in some countries, in some Muslim countries, that they say Bismillah before drinking alcohol. So that's Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah. Bismillah, Allah permitted me to do this. I'm doing this for the sake of Allah. So we're doing this for the permission or by the permission of Allah. This is Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah. The next one, that's the first point. You can call this 1A or point number 1. The second point is 1B or point number 2, whichever way you want to document your notes. Tawheed al-Rububiyyah in Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. When you write down, who gave you the power to write? Allah gave you the power to write. So when you say Bismillah, you're saying, I could not have done this without the power Allah has given me. Bismillah, I do this by the power Allah has given me. Bismillah, I eat because Allah has given me this provision, and because had it not been for the power Allah has given it, I wouldn't be able to chew it. Bismillah, I write because if it wasn't for Allah giving me the power, my hand wouldn't be able to move. It would be paralyzed. That's like saying, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. If it was not for His power, I would not have done this act. The power that Allah has given me to do this act. That's why Allah says, وَمَا بِكُم مِّن نِعْمَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ. Every provision you have is from Allah. So that's the second aspect. That's Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. Third one is Tawheed al-Asma' wal-Sifat. You're seeking blessing by the name of Allah. Bismillah, you're using the name of Allah to bless whatever you're doing. So when you're using the name of Allah, and then following, which we'll take later on, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, those are names and qualities and attributes of Allah that we will discuss, inshallah. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim we will discuss later. So you're using the name of Allah to bless the act you're doing. That's Tawheed al-Asma' wal-Sifat. That applies to any matter that you say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim to. Any matter you say Basmalah to. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is called Basmalah. When I say Bismillah to eat or to final exam, for example, I say Bismillah to bless that matter, to bless the test that I'm taking. That's Asma' wa Sifat. Allah gave me the power to eat or to write. That's Rububiyyah. I do this for the sake of Allah, by the permission of Allah. He permitted me to do this. It's halal, so I'm doing it. That's Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah. And likewise, take it for everything else. You understand now? When you say Bismillah, now you're going to get a different perspective of what you used to say Bismillah before. Sometimes you're saying because you read a hadith to say it. Now you understand why you're saying it.